So Juan's got me all jacked about adding more solar to the bus after living off of his all week. So we're gonna head over to a solar store here in Gilbert and go see what our options are. We're probably gonna remove what we do have on there and go with something completely different. But we're gonna go see what they got. Well, there's about $800. I think that was a really good investment. They're 327 watts each. These are a bunch of connectors and different things that we need. They are used, but they are tested. And they're 54 volts. And we should be good. So we're going to replace this brake can. As you can see, the geometry right now, that push rod is going uphill. And because it goes uphill, take a slack adjuster off. Let's see if I can show you here. Look at how much it's worn. Can you see that? So that's been wearing on the can. So I'm going to make an adjustment where it kind of tips the can backwards so the geometry is not like that. The one on the other side was like that as well. We noticed that when we took it apart yesterday. We were just going to replace the diaphragms, and somebody commented last night kind of nastily, like, why didn't you just replace the diaphragm? Which is actually what we were going to do to begin with. And when we get in here on the diaphragm, you can see some cracking and wearing in there. But the big issue, well, this one's got some holes rusted in it, and it had that same wear groove. You know, it's a third of the way worn through from rubbing on the front of the housing because the geometry is not quite right. So we're making some adjustments in that, and then we'll go from there. Towards me. So just set it here and we can step on it or whatever.
Yep. You got it? Yeah. Okay.
So now we got that loose.
Yep. So now we've got to hold that. Do you have a
vice grip?
Vice grips?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's right. Ready?
Yep. Get out of the way.
Okay, hold on. I wasn't ready.
Ready?
He lied.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Stand on it.
Step on it. Yep.
Lift me now.
Ready?
Yep.
Nah, it's just like,
So
Put your foot on
the
that
other side. You
side.
can step on that one. I'll hold this
Wait,
one.
is that? Yep, that's the right way to come out.
yeah.
Wouldn't it be easier to step on?
Yes. That made the right noise.
Yep.
Okay, now we can put oil
Now I
on.
was gonna say, yeah, that was a good time to.
Woo! You want heat and oil? Or
Let's just do oil.
Still too stiff for that.
So let me try. Hang on, you just hold yours there, and I'm gonna try
Okay.
and do this.
Oh, okay.
Try this one. Yep.
That's a little easier.
Yeah. Question is, are we going to put that on the new?
Yes. It should.
Are the threads ruined, right? Okay.
You don't have to have a tap and die set, do you?
Of course.
Move this.
Run it through there and clean out some of that rust and stuff. I could just off now. Yeah, that should go on there.
Yeah, what's way longer on this is the threaded part.
need a tape measure?
We're just gonna go right until it's flush.
Yep. Oh, I may run out of steam here.
Is the shaft turning? No?
No, I don't think so. No. Nope. Okay, you said flush, right?
Yeah.
And what's the orientation? Is it like that? Because we're about flush there. Or do you want me to go up a
Yeah,
little more?
no, that's fine. Okay. Right there's good. And I'll put some Loctite on the bottom nut of the jam nut.
Here, here.
You're,
Can you explain to me how you can open the Loctite after, it's
After
got
it's-
threads with Loctite on
Yeah.
it? I don't understand.
I think it's because it's plastic. I'm going to go with that.
Okay, let's run that up. And that
Okay,
was a
and then
15, 16 seconds.
Perpendicular or
Yeah,
parallel?
it's that's the right way.
It's the right
we
way.
have like wipe wipes in there if you want
Oh,
those too.
no, that's all right. We'll wait till I get done.
Oh, come up a little bit with it. There we go. Okay, that's tight.
Back this just right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
It's going to put that on there.
Well, I don't. That might give me the leverage I need, maybe.
Okay, so I'm going to go
Right there. That's,
Right
yeah.
up.
A little bit. No.
Go on more.
Right there. Yeah. Okay, keep going. Keep.
Ooh. You ready?
Yep. There you go.
I was getting ready to say, are you ready?
I'm always ready. I'm not that strong.
Hey, people don't like how much pipe tape you're using.
I know, I saw that. You know what, though? I've used too little way more than I've ever used too much.
Really?
Yep. And it's leaked. And I've never used too much and it's leaked. So, yeah, people don't like that.
I don't think it hurts.
So I'm actually running our block warmer right now. We're not plugged in anywhere. We're totally on battery power. This is just the solar kicking in. So the battery voltage is staying super high. The block warmer's been plugged in for about 15 minutes. It's 1500 watts of 110. And with the almost 40 amps of solar going into there, because it's they're 56 volt, well, they're actually 64, but I'm getting 56 volts right now from the solar at 10 amps. By the time it brings it down to 12 volt for the 12 volt system that we're on, which we're going to change this to 24 volt. I'm going to get a bigger inverter. But I can't even get the batteries to drop to a bulk charge rate. The sun's going in the cloud right now, so maybe it will here in a minute. Yeah, this number's going way down.
It's gonna be in the clouds for a while. Big dark cloud above us.
But considering it's cloudy and I'm still bringing in, 170 watts at 12 amps, which that's the bigger thing. I'm just putting this load on it with the block warmer, just seeing what it will do. Oh, there we go. We just changed to bulk. So this is a combination of the solar and then the Battleborn batteries just being able to sustain this. With those lead acid batteries, I couldn't have that block warmer plugged in for 2 minutes, or they were beeping going off back here. It's super cloudy out right now. I'm going to unplug the block warmer. The only other major appliance that would be running would be the refrigerator turning on and off. The water heater's off, right?
Yes. And then we just have our light on.
And an LED light.
The fridge just kicked in.
Yep, there goes the fridge. But I love the fact that these high voltage panels, you know, the amperage coming in by the time you bring it down to 12, that I'm getting such an amperage boost. That's nice. No big whine of the power steering pump like we had before. How's it looking?
Looks pretty good. Is there a leak there, or that's just, you see in between? Right there in between the two? I don't think that's a leak. I don't know.
No, that's 1,000.
That's 1,200 pounds. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be forced out. Okay.
I think that's just stuff that was in there from when we put it together.
Okay. So here I'm gonna catch the video of back there, and here's the pipe that's wet.
Okay, well, we had a pretty good day today. We only worked about half the day on Juan's bus. We're still waiting on parts. It'll be here tomorrow. But we ran the airline to the air throttle and got it right. So the modulator and the air throttle have an equal distance from the air supply on that. That's all done. Airbags are all in on the other front side. We got that panel back up in there. There's no power steering leak or anything, so we're good there. We're just waiting for the brake shoes before we can put the hubs on, because it's so much easier to put the shoes and the springs on without the hub on. So we'll do that tomorrow when they get here. And the leveling valve in the back, once the leveling valve's on, then the other brake, then the other airbag in the back. There's only one airbag that's not on that can go on then. And then we're missing a brake roller. That one, the roller had the flat spot. We'll have the new roller tomorrow, and then we can put the drum on the other side. We've got the one brake drum. The new brake drums are here. They came in this morning. They went and picked them up. So we'll get hopefully tomorrow we'll just about finish everything up on that bus, depending on how late the stuff comes. Otherwise it'll be the first thing, I think, on the next day. My solar, I'm super excited about that. That video that was shot there where you saw me with that's 3 panels hooked up right there. Only 3 panels of the 6 that I bought. I'm happy that Juan talked me into buying the high voltage panels. If I would have stuck with the 12 volt panels like what I have now, I really wouldn't be able to get more than 1,000 watts on the roof. So we're going to end up with about 2,000 watts on the roof at 24 volts when we're done, which is going to give us a big amperage boost too. So, I mean, today with just 3 panels at 12 volt, I was bringing in 45 volts or 45 amps. And that's just amazing to do that. And with the new Battleborn batteries adding, I'm going to have to completely rewire some stuff in the bus now, because there's so much more that I can do off the battery side of things where I don't have to depend on the generator running to do it. I'm really excited about that. Probably going to add a couple more Battleborn batteries. And when we go to 24 volts for everything. Juan's got his at 48. I was really considering doing 48 volts, but I think I'm going to stick with 24 volts. It's just a lot easier on everything. Wiring and everything's easier to run. I won't be using the alternator to charge, but honestly, if I'm getting, that kind of return on my solar and all that, I could have a small charger, 24 volt charger hooked into an inverter on the 12 volt side if I needed it to do that. But I don't think we're going to. I think I'm real happy. The solar is going to be an amazing, I've been here, which we're in the south, but it is the winter time. Just the numbers and stuff. We've been living comfortable all week. There's no power out here. We've just been plugged into his bus for his solar. His solar has done everything that we want it to do, plus run everything on his bus, which isn't a lot because they're not in there. But we've been running air compressors and shop vacs and grinders and all that kind of stuff off of his solar, and he's not even making a dent in what he's capable of producing, which he'll have twice, more than twice the array that we have. But I never knew that you could do a high voltage panel like that and then convert it down. That's MPPT charger that I bought will convert it automatically down, and then you get more amps out of it. So the 6 amp panels that I have up there, 100 watt, 6 amp, 12 volt panels, that's all they could do. And I was going to do everything in 12 volt up there, not knowing that I could do a lot, you know, 60, but now that those are actually 64, I think in the video I said there's 54, but that's not that's the nominal voltage or whatever. They go max up to 64. And we were seeing close to 60 the whole time with that. And yeah, I didn't know that, you know, when you step it down, you're doubling the amps on that. So when I just couldn't believe I was getting 40 amps into the charge today. That's an amazing amount. And that was only 3 panels, and it was a cloudy day, and you know, it's winter time, and that was actually late in the day, so the sun angles, you know, it weren't very good. Really excited about it. So the solar, we're going to start putting panels up on the roof tomorrow. It's going to take some modifications and stuff. Since the UPS stuff won't be here till later in the day, I'm going to have the morning to do that. And I think we have another helper coming out that was here today. So we'll see how that goes. But hopefully tomorrow I'll get some panels up on the roof. I can't hook everything up right now because it'll be too much wattage for my 12 volt system until I go 24. And I'm not going to go 24 until I get back home because I won't have a power inverter and all that. Probably going to look at the Victron inverter for that. Really liking their line of products that I've got now. And we're adding that battery monitor. I think it'll be here tomorrow too. Or it's got a shunt and then the battery monitor where it'll accurately, after it learns the system, be able to tell me the exact power in and out of those Battleborn batteries. So I'm super excited. Everything has just changed on the electrical side of things. You know, a month ago we were screwed when that solar charger flipped out on us, ruined our batteries and that kind of stuff. And now it's just, you know, a whole different setup that we're going to have. The future is going to be totally different for the way that we use electricity on the bus. Less generator, more solar. I didn't realize I could get, you know, 2,000 watts of solar on our roof. We're gonna have 1,944, I don't know, almost nearly 2,000 watts at 64 volts is what we're gonna have on the roof. And by the time we step that down, that's a ton of amps coming in. You know, I'm gonna be pulling close to, you know, 70 amps at 24 volts or something like that, or you know, that's crazy. So I'm on peak time, obviously. So, and the panels that I had were just sitting next to the bus. We didn't have them like pointed to the sun or anything like that. So I wasn't getting anywhere near, you know, full power on them. They are used panels from that place, but they got a huge, you know, the warranty's still good on them. I think they had like a 20-year warranty or something like that. And they were $110 a piece. Each panel, 110 bucks. That's like, I mean, that's crazy cheap. I paid over 100, I think I paid 100, maybe a little over 100 for each of those 100 watt panels. And then these were what I say, 327, 340, whatever they are, I forgot. It's a lot. So anyways, that's tomorrow. Look for a new video.